The Manor's dark secret. The sprawling Evercrest Manor loomed against the stormy night sky, its Gothic spires silhouetted by intermittent flashes of lightning. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and old wood as the gathered family members waited in the grand drawing room. The patriarchal matriarch, Victoria Evercrest, had been found lifeless in her study that morning, slumped over her writing desk. Her sudden demise sent shockwaves through the household, for Victoria was not only the family's moral compass, but also the keeper of its vast fortune. Detective Eleanor Graves, a sharp-eyed investigator with an uncanny ability to uncover secrets, arrived shortly after the news broke. She stood in the center of the room, her trench coat dripping from the rain, and surveyed the heirs with measured scrutiny. Gathered before her were Victoria's 4 children, the charismatic eldest son, Harold, the shrewd businesswoman, Beatrice, the wayward artist, Colin, and the youngest, timid Rosalind. Also present was the ever-loyal housekeeper, Mrs. Fenton, and Victoria's estranged nephew, Rupert, who had recently returned to the manor under suspicious circumstances. Lady Evercrest's death was no accident, Eleanor announced, her voice cutting through the room's oppressive silence. The autopsy revealed traces of belladonna, a deadly poison in her tea. Someone in this room is a murderer. Gasps erupted from the family, but Eleanor's sharp gaze silenced them. She gestured to the tea set that had been collected from the study. The poison was cleverly administered, she continued. The question is who had the most to gain from Victoria's death, and why? As the storm outside raged on, Eleanor began her questioning. Harold's veneer of confidence cracked when pressed about his gambling debts. "I was in my chambers all night," he insisted, though his shifty eyes told another story. Beatrice, poised and calculating, revealed her frustration over being overlooked as heir to the family's empire. "Mother never trusted me to lead," she said, her voice tinged with bitterness, "but I would never stoop to murder." Colin, distracted and evasive, admitted to frequent arguments with his mother over his frivolous lifestyle. Rosalind, pale and trembling, seemed incapable of harm, but flinched every time Eleanor mentioned the tea set. Rupert, with his air of entitlement, claimed he had only come to reconcile with Victoria, but had no alibi for the night before. The turning point came when Mrs. Fenton mentioned a curious incident. "Miss Rosalind asked me to fetch belladonna for her last week, claiming it was for her sketching, something about authentic props for a Gothic portrait." Rosalind's face turned ashen. I didn't mean to hurt her," she stammered. "Mother was going to change her will. She said she would cut me off if I didn't start acting like an Evercrest. I just wanted to scare her, to make her take me seriously. I didn't know it would kill her." Eleanor's expression softened, but only slightly. "Intent does not erase guilt," she said, signaling to the constable to take Rosalind into custody. As Rosalind was led away, Eleanor addressed the remaining heirs. "The secrets of this manor may run deep, but justice always finds its way to the surface. Let this be a warning to you all." The storm abated as Eleanor stepped out into the cool night, leaving the fractured Evercrest family to grapple with the fallout of their matriarch's dark secret and their own.